And welcome back once again, everyone, to the PGL PUBG Invitational Day 3, about to head into Game 4. And I am here with our casters for the last game, Mr. Toby Wan and Mr. WTF Moses, our analyst, Mr. Lothar, and
Hello.
we have a special guest.
Secret guest.
Here on desk. A very secret guest in Papaya.
Hello.
How are you?
Good.
You feeling good today?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really good.
He was the face of today.
He was the face of
the picture that came out from
The
PG.
picture for
Can you do it?
Yeah.
There it is.
Looking
it's
good.
Perfect. It's perfect. So obviously, things not really going great today. But how is the team feeling? Is still confident? Still upbeat?
Yeah. We've been analyzing most of our games after the game, and we know what we have to do, and mostly it's because we need to keep reminders ourselves because sometimes we play in like an automatic mode. So we did something to remind us not to do that. We stick some stuff inside our socks. So it's to remind us like, and it worked. At least for this time, yeah.
Oh, is it working?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have it on me right now.
Okay. Socks.
Yeah, well, we won't force you to show your socks to all our views. But also, coach.
He's a
General assistant.
assistant media guy for the event.
Got it.
Okay.
So mascot.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why the mascot gets pimped with your wonderful beanie. It looks right.
Well, I guess we were talking a little bit as we were kind of waiting to come into desk. You guys both from Panama.
Yeah, that's
Panama,
right.
and now in what has turned out to be a very snowy, very cold Bucharest.
I love it.
You love it?
Yeah.
I get hot all year long. I mean, this is
I can empathize.
this is wonderful. I love it.
You don't have to worry about it.
The Snow Angel? Have you actually gone out there and just like?
You want me to die?
It'll just freeze.
I mean, I
You heard it
love
here
it,
first.
but
he doesn't want to touch
You love it,
that
not that much
much.
love.
Yeah.
Just a distant love.
Yeah.
I don't
Snowball
remember
fight.
No
who was
touching
it,
on
but someone was
safari.
actually saying
No
that
touching on safari.
this is the first time they saw snow. Like
First
at
time
all.
seeing snow?
Someone.
No, I've
No.
seen
No.
it before.
One of your teammates, maybe?
Nope.
Yeah,
they're from Chile. They've seen
They get
snow.
snow sometimes there, yeah.
Well, somebody lied to you.
No, not from the team. I heard someone from the the players in general.
Oh,
saying
just
that
in
it's
general
the
in
first
the
time they actually
players.
see
It's
snow.
going to be one of the Australians. It doesn't
Yeah.
snow in
100%.
Australia.
So I'm
100%.
interested to know this is now your second tournament, correct?
Yeah.
So now, having played in both online tournaments, some of these guys you've seen in the past, how are you feeling now that you've kind of experienced this more than once?
I think less nervous,
Right.
more focused, and we don't choke because of the nervousness that we
Right.
had in IAM, for example. And I feel that this time we're more confident with the setup
Right.
that we have in here.
Okay, got it. So, who have you been running into, and who are you kind of looking out for now that it's we're basically at the midway point or just past? How are you going to try and get up from your current position to 12th up the leaderboard? What's going to change?
Right now we're gonna keep trying to be consistent.
Right.
We're making the changes that we talked to you about, and I believe that most important is to remain 4 people alive. It gives you so much advantage,
Right.
and that's what we're gonna try to keep doing.
That's the goal for FaZe as well. They
Yeah,
always want to have
I think
4 people
everybody's
alive.
trying to stay 4 alive. I think that's kind of a
Yeah, but
unified
are we going to get to that point where everyone just want to drive around the edge of the blue,
Yeah.
like doing laps of the entire
Yeah,
map
apart
until
from
you
Grubby.
come in?
Yeah, apart from Grubby, they don't care what's happening.
Yeah, okay.
So Grubby being a predatory team, they often seek out and try and eliminate teams all around them. Are there any teams that you think are weak that you would like to try and find and eliminate?
In the area we drop, it's at least near vitality. We haven't fought that much.
Right.
And in our area with also E United, we kind of respect each other's places, and I don't think anybody is gonna be power hungry.
Oh,
Or
okay.
at least now.
So
Or at least now.
United not having a great tournament so far, do you think that if you're sharing that that area with them that it might be okay to maybe press them in your early game, try and get some extra kills?
Early, it might be a gamble for them. I think like last game, they knocked down Smitty and they push just right away. So that's more likely a scenario that will happen, that might happen.
Okay.
Well,
we won't tell. We won't tell.
We won't tell. No, it looks like we are about to head into game. So before we send you back to take place of the fourth game, worth noting that you were, when qualifying or invited to the tournament, Chaos Latin Gamers, now Team Secret.
Yes.
How are you enjoying your new organization?
Can't tell you.
You can't tell? It's a secret.
At least you got fancy new clothes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
All
I
right.
love them.
That's great to hear. It's good to hear that the organization is taking care of its players and that they're showing interest in PUBG.
Yeah.
That's huge,
Any
right?
interest is good.
Absolutely. Well, sir, you are free to go and prepare for your final game of the evening. We expect to see you up here again at the end of the game for the winner's interview.
I want to.
I want it too. Let's do it. All right.
Thanks, guys.
Well, guys, we are about to head into that final game of the evening. We see our current standings. FaZe Clan still in first place. Vitality in second. Groovy in third. With Ghost Gaming finally creeping into that top 4 spot after the phenomenal 13-kill win from last game.
I just want to say that Team Secret, although they're on the 12th place, they have 2.2k points, which is actually not that far away from the top 8.
No, they're
when you
in
think
good
about
shape.
it, it's one good game, and they can just jump straight over to the higher portion of the bracket. So, you know, it might be going well for them in the first days, but it still might be fantastic for the finish, because I think for them the goal is right now to be just in the top 8.
We were crunching the numbers actually before. Like if you get into the top 3 and you got more than 5 kills, then it's about a 500-point jump.
Yeah.
Is what you can look to actually close the distance. That's,
Well, that was
that's including how many points
E-United.
they would get.
E-United after that game got almost nearly 500 points for the second place finish and 4 kills.
And
you
they're
can see
still in
now
15th.
16th place and 8th place, separated by only 500 points. So every team in here still with so much to fight for.
Absolutely, and really to see a Sam that's coming down the leaderboard, having some okay games, not a lot of kills, and it just takes one game for a team like Secret to jump up and overtake them. Really,
This last game of the day will be setting up the motivation for the players coming into the 4th day. So it's actually very important for all of those teams at the bottom of the bracket to actually perform well, to have the motivation to perform in the last 4 games that we'll see tomorrow.
Set the tone.
Yes.
Set the tone going into the final day. Well, do you have any awesome predictions for this game 4?
I think
Slack has something
oh,
for
wait.
us.
Mr. Chicken Hat.
There's been a quiet team this event today who has
Quiet.
been very loud every other day. Team Vitality. Rocking that second place, keeping their head down low. You want to know why? They want people to forget about them. I haven't forgotten about those beautiful French people, all right? They're keeping it low. I think this is the game where they're like, all right, guys, let's put it in motion.
Well, it's worth pointing out, still in second place, lowest out of the top 5 at least with the kill count. So they're getting their points through placement and through just kind of these consistent performances. So Vitality still hanging around, again, 1 game away really from displacing FaZe Clan in first place. They're only separated by less than 300 points.
This is going to be a game for Kingwin to try and turn it around. I was just gonna. I think maybe you and I are on the same page there.
Yeah, we are.
They've been kind of okay. They've had some kind of tough games.
You
some
mean,
great
you mean
games.
like last round? Like we're looking at the scoreboard for match 11.
Yeah.
It's like 16th position,
Yeah.
tied with Snake TC. Like in 16th overall. It's been horrendous for them. But if they can get the same amount of aggression, the kills they've had, and then make the right decisions in the final 5-6 teams.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's where they've been having the trouble, is just getting out of the aggressive mid game. They pick up a couple of kills, and their best games have been when they translate that mid game success into the late game, and they've been having trouble.
Do you guys see any of the? Look, if you look past the first 2, the top 2, the next 4 teams down, all kind of within range of that 4K mark in the point total. Do you see any of these 4 teams breaking that 4,000 point total going into?
It's got to be Kingwin. I mean, MVP had a good couple of games. They are still 42 kills, a little bit significantly lower. They're 20 kills behind Kingwin. So it's a matter for them to either pick it up and try and secure a unprecedented. Well, actually, since Team Liquid,
pretty precedented.
Since Team Liquid, 3 kills in one day, or sorry, 3 wins in one day. But for them, it's a matter of it's really got to be Kingwin. I can't see any other team.
I like Ghost as well. Now that Ghost is like stopped playing, we're just gonna be blockers. We're gonna stop everyone else from being successful, and then they get to be successful themselves. Yeah, they got a great circle at the end. Well, actually, no, they didn't. It was OMG got the great circle, but they got the great play at of the end. Like, if they can just get this to keep happening more and more, then yeah, they can also be in that #1 contesting.
Lothar?
I'm looking at MVP right now. You said that Kingwin is like 20 kills, 19 kills above them, but when you think about it, it's only 45 points difference. That means that all the placements are going to MVP right now instead of Kingwin. So it is going to be a tough battle.
Yeah, it looks like we are heading into the 4th and final game of the evening. So Moses, Toby, take it away.
Hell yes. And why does it feel like we're going uphill this time around? The plane going from the southeast to the northwest. Hey, that looks like a great Zaki plane, Moses. A great Zaki plane. No team goes there.
Well, we're going to see TSM come out early. They're not going to offer that North George landing. Wanting to get out of the plane and get started around that mansion area as soon as possible. LGD looking to be joining them around the Lipovka area. FaZe and Vitality, surprise, surprise, in Milta.
Yeah. No, this appears to be exactly the way it's meant to be, right? I was actually thinking when we're standing up, just looking at the teams, like where everyone's jumping. Team Secret, like, do you sit there going, we're not getting a great performance out of this? Do you start looking at the drops you're going and saying these are unsuccessful places to drop?
I don't think so. I mean, it's for Secret, it's not really a matter of early game success. It's a matter of deciding what they want to do once they get looted. They've been playing passively. They've indicated they want to change what they're going to do. Maybe that press onto E United, try and displace them, try and get some of those early game kills, clear out their area, and pick up that coveted early game loot as well.
Give me 8 times scope, K98.
Whatever you can.
And compensator, not suppressor. We learned that. Yeah, meds. Meds appear to be the currency of everything. There's our request for the upcoming API to give us a full utility counter.
So as far as Snake is concerned, their woes have kind of continued. We've been watching them play from the little back end there, and now.
I'm sorry, Snake, you're not Shroud.
Well, you know what? We've talked a little bit about Shroud, and a lot of people have mentioned it. Cloud9 competing in these games, or at least not in this tournament. And the #1 question we always get in the chat is, where is Shroud? And
he's retired.
Yeah, he's retired, and I mean, there's no benefit to him to come into this kind of thing, and it's something that realistically, it's kind of a sore point for a lot of these teams as well, where teams like FaZe, and in this kind of meta, and I can tell you, I mean, just watching him just stomp on pub players, I don't think he would do well. I don't think he would be. A good pro player in this meta. I don't think this is something that he would be successful at, and I think that's probably why he's staying away.
Yep.
All right, fine. I'll go down with the ship myself, Toby. That's fine.
Do you want to help me with this
hear
one?
Me, chat?
Cloud is a fucking Cloud9. They need Shroud. They'll never succeed without him. Is this where you want me to be, Moses? All right, fine.
Honestly, you know what? It's like
I haven't made it as a caster until somebody comes in. No, actually, no. Shroud is shit. He doesn't know what he's talking about. This game is competitive. There you go. I'm with you, Moses.
There we go. Perfect.
I love you, Shroud.
I love it.
I'm still subscribed to you. He takes my dirty esports money every month.
Yeah, you know what? And really looking at Snake, they have this communications issue. I'm not sure. Maybe they're just feeling tilted or what, but and you know what? I don't know where they go from here.
Hey,
they gotta get aggressive.
Okay, you want communications issue? Our poor boys who we were sitting with before was like, okay, we're taking all 3 parts of the circle as SS.
Oh yeah, SSG. Yeah.
SSG were on all 3 different sides of the circle. Speaking of which, it's finally happened.
Oh.
Finally, it has happened. We're going west. We're going west, where the circle is right on top of Entus. We can see some different rotations. FaZe no longer can run all the way up past Kamensky. Where do they go now? They've got to go through Vitality, Secret, SSG, Entus. And is this the one time that Groupie do not go from Mosque? Because they couldn't reach it. They went with a plane to Northern George.
You know what? That's just going to be fair, it's going to be a lot shorter of a transition that they've had in the past. So for Groovy having to come south through a team like Snake, not someone who's been exhibiting much in the way of fighting
Kingwin
power.
will be scarier.
Yeah, exactly. So that's actually not good for a team like Kingwin, who does not want to get into an early game fight that might cost them. Groovy will take bodies off of them if they can, so that's a situation they might want to avoid.
But Groovy's good. Yeah, maybe they do just avoid it. No one wants to run that long bridge going into the south of Georgia Pole. Like it's a death trap, and if Kingwin are sitting on the other end of it, they're going to destroy him. So Groovy will be forced towards the east. They will go through Snake, and that will be also the area that SST will start to make their run down eventually. Everyone can take their time, apart from potentially the eastern teams. We'll also see LGD. Like, they've been okay pushing west. I don't think they've had any real problems. So I'm wondering just how fast you move.
LGD, I think, is probably going to want to go north, as will FaZe, likely. I'm not sure exactly how they want to handle this. There's a lot of options here. Too bad that for them that most of it includes crossing water in some way. This is going to be likely a Gatka area ending, I would imagine. That's kind of where we see these circles tend to go. So Entis is going to form up here very early and try and take a centered compound, but I would imagine that...
Do they take the coastline, actually stop those boat runs?
I don't know if there will... I mean, boat runs, we might see something like that from a team like Secret, Vitality
you got LGD. Like, LGD are currently heading north on the map. If they go all the way up to Kameshki, look for a boat, and then just go all the way around the edge. You know it. Any team with L, you said, any team with L in a boat, it makes you worry.
Any team with LG in their name.
That's right.
And
missing the character.
I can tell you that anytime that we see someone try that northern run, it's where you run into problems is actually around that Zarky horn up there, where it takes a lot longer to get around that stage than you would imagine, and you're right up by the circle, so you'll start taking that early damage. And if you're already having a short loot phase, that's out of the zone.
They're still going. Like, even if you make this run all the way up the northeast, if you're going to cut back in again, what are you going to do? You're going to go past Groovy? At least Snake is backing off, and so is Kingwin. So Groovy actually have a clear line through. They won't know this. We have all the information, but now that Kingwin can potentially take some of these coastal places. There's a fantastic place to the west of the swamp. See, such a clear open area.
The swamp again, yes.
Yeah. Don't worry. Like, knowing my luck, we're going to be smack bang on the top of Quarry.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, that Gatka field ending is a pretty tough one to deal with regardless. You can already see TSM on the way.
Oh, they're actually going to go straight past each other. So Tainted Minds and TSM running parallel. And Tainted Minds have got a choice. You want to get out? Shoot from the window. K98. Oh, okay, yeah.
That's
off the hips of Slayer. yeah. This is the great Australian outback.
You might as well throw a grenade. I mean, it's he might not have enough 5.6 to try and spray down at TSM, not having a lot of time and space to get that loot.
Well, if he actually hits the shot, though, like, we were just sitting there going, we are not worthy.
Yeah, no doubt. That would be the worst thing to happen.
It's like, Benji, can you hold this a little bit more steady, just like so I can like drink my energy drink or shoot a K98. There you go. Open it up. TSM, they have to react to this pretty soon. And Entis is also here, shooting at the Rogue Wang.
The Rogue Wang actually taking a couple shots there. Ooh. He's in trouble.
He's so low, one more hit would do it. He's still on the run. Can anybody connect at this range? Oh, does his vehicle just explode? Close. That was a big pile of smoke billowing out the ass.
So that was Entis trying their best to try and displace the Wang there, and unfortunately not going to be able to happen. And
how many jerks can we get out of that?
I think we juiced it.
You gotta reposition, hand in the pocket, and shuffle.
We've juiced the Wang as best we can. So
right, here comes Tainted Minds into Entis. They were shooting at him before, not a Tainted Minds to everyone else. Subslayer, limited chip damage as they go through, and they'll get over the hill and into the def light away.
So TM trying to transition here. They've taken a lot of shots at everybody. Nothing short of taking damage on their vehicle. TSM sneaking past as well.
This is actually one of the very first times I think I've seen FaZe rotate before Vitality. Like, Vitality is still looting Milter, and FaZe are in the vehicles, and they're getting the hell out of there.
So Yempty in the lead vehicle. We know that Vitality will always finish their loot in Milta before leaving. It's just something that they tend to do, which gives them that sustenance to make it through the mid game without staying too active. And really that's something that carries them through the end game because they're not really using that loot until the very, very end. So TSM have found their landing spot. I believe they're just south of the Gatka field, or maybe north of the Gatka. Oh, they're in the swamp. They've made it to the Covenant Swamp.
They understand where this circle is going to end. For those who didn't tune in on day one when we spilled our Red Bull, it was Swampland is what we were talking about.
So Break and Rory are coming up a little bit behind. Smack and Vis have made it there already. The center zone is now piling up with teams. So I think teams are trying to basically bet on where the circle will head next, and the center is going to be the best choice for them.
But FaZe actually haven't fully moved yet. They're still hanging around. And Vitality are about to drive into the middle of them at the same time MVP moves in from the north. So the Swampland people are looking for this great real estate, but there, as you see on the map, LGD are coming in as well from the northeast, but MVP are going to drive right on top of half of FaZe, while the other half of FaZe are actually split and going to be occupied by Vitality.
Looks like FaZe might be able to reform here, but this will be disastrous for them. They have stopped. They've listened to the vehicles.
MVP.
They're choosing not to engage here, so likely a wise choice for now. They are too separated to really do the damage they might need to get these vehicle explosions. And FaZe is going to focus. I would imagine to see FaZe
dangerous.
Headed to Gatka. If I were to guess, that would be my first guess as to where they might go. But
well, Gatka currently is not occupied. Just to the south of it is the other two Tainted Minds players who didn't want to run the gauntlet like Subslayer did previously. So Tainted Minds not in the greatest position, very split up. Team Secret safest. They've gone water.
So they have gone for the boats. So I think that was our guess, right, to take Secret into the boat. So that's what they're going to opt to do, maybe come around Primorsk, try and jump in around there.
They may even try for the loot crate if they feel for it, but they don't know that Groovy didn't drop there because the plane went so far north, maybe they could calculate it.
So looks like LGD is going to be the only one outside the zone. Well, actually, OMG is there as well, the one remaining member. So as for now, it's going to be a matter of Groovy trying to figure out where they're going to set up shop. SST, Sun Sister, are going to be maybe headed to Gatka before FaZe, but FaZe is not headed that way. They're going to be running right into United here fairly shortly.
Yeah. This actually seems like a really nice place as well for SSG, where they can just hold the hill where they really began. They just hope, you know what, someone, would you mind just driving directly into us? Hey, FaZe, just you keep heading that way, FaZe. EU, you can go north. FaZe are going to go right into the line of SSG as they come up this hill. You see as we pan the camera in towards them. D-Master, you've been the first man to scout and die. Maybe this time you're able to get these kills, and Vexel will give them the information, but yeah, as you said, they were not prepared for the full spray down. So FaZe, they're going to make the water. They're making the coast.
No shots land from D-Master, and that's a free pass for FaZe. That was a great opportunity for SSG to eliminate one of the better teams in the game, and now FaZe is going to make it all the way to Primorsk on their own.
That's Team Secret you see out there in the water. So FaZe can be happy with this. The circle is ending its first construction phase, using difficult words for a simple Australian like myself. And then we'll see how we push this. Does it go north? Does it go south? Because this is when we'll find out if Groovy are going to be playing the white, if LGD have a long way to go. Everyone is pretty well comfortable. Still no casualties yet. 64 alive, 16 teams. We're at full strength from all sides.
Looks like Secret might actually come to a stop here out in the
northwest.
Water. Yeah, it's going to go all the way north.
Almost.
Still about 40% water remaining. So Secret will probably continue their nautical adventure north along the coastline. Now, all of a sudden, Kingwin is in a great spot, as well as Ghost. Still very centered in the play zone. TSM, I think, has now rejoined forces in the swamp area. So they're centered as well. And now it's going to be up to that southern end of the play zone to get lots of pressure. Maybe Entis, maybe Tainted Minds might have a few teams headed their way.
Wondering actually how far you go down. Like you've got so many teams coming in. Do you just take a compound to the middle now, or do you try and run the edge of the circle? Let these three-way, four-way fights, which seem to be giving so many casualties in the early game, like, do you just... Oh, okay. FaZe?
Ooh, Hax is dead.
Hacks it. Nox Fuzz face as well as Nox himself.
They flipped the bike, I think.
Yep, that is the easiest solution. They were running two two-seaters. So, medics.
We'll have to see what happens with them, but I believe that was likely a bike crash. But they had actually transitioned right past where they thought they were going to stop, and they actually have a clear line into the next play zone. So for now, it's just a matter of getting res, but I believe TSM may have spotted Tainted Minds.
Yeah, it's only two of the Tainted Minds players, and yep, you definitely break having a couple of pot shots over a Benchu, pot shots that connect.
Gave away the element of surprise there, but Benchu is down by Smack.
Yeah, so Smack was pushing him up.
We'll see if TSM wants to try and push onto this.
Look at Subslayer, it's just like, I'm out. Leave every Australian behind.
Just abandon the countrymen, and off he goes. Sun Sister also taking a few shots. It's E United getting active here in the early game. That might be the second player eliminated from this game.
Yeah, they really want to try and control this hill. There's no one else that's really be pushing in from the south of them. OMG have just taken the cars and they're doing the phase strat. Let's just drive all the way around the northeast side of the circle and eventually come back in again. So Crazy Sam ticks. The rest of Sun Sisters just headed a little bit further north. EU, they're not quite certain exactly where everybody is. There's no information, no scouts. They just stick together as a squad.
TSM holding strong in the middle of the play zone.
There's some info. If he's looking up, they can see Ghost moving in behind SST.
I think Tony V is looking at the ground right now, or at least tabbing into the loot box. So he picks up some nice loot there. Smoke grenade there to cover him. He'll grab the UAZ and move away. I was just noticing how it appears that they have opted to separate. Does TSM? They're going to be in two separate compounds, holding on to the swamp area. MVP still in transition as well.
Yep, they're going to drive straight past FaZe. FaZe are going to be ready for this. In fact, yep, they are. They're already signing a couple of shots. They hear the cars moving past them.
That's going to be an open area next to Hax. He might be able to land some shots on Pang, but he's not looking the right way.
Okay, he goes for Siege instead. Knocking him low. Pang will be knocked down, so it was Jempty doing the work. And now they got the rest of them. The two on the bike.
Shots are landing.
No, so exposed, but where are these shots? They've got to connect. One of them has so far, and they slow down as they bump over the ridge.
They stopped, so they must have lost a tire on that motorcycle, maybe no longer able to be used. Now it's going to be a matter of trying to get
split.
Yeah, there's nothing they can really do. Siege, I think, was forced into the water. Pang is down in the open. I believe they're going to have to just say goodbye to Pang unless he makes it into the water to be res, but it's going to be very risky for MVP.
Yeah, unless Easy Peasy can knock down one or two of FaZe, which is not an easy thing to do. FaZe have the cover of the compound to work with. This is going to be a very bad day for MVP.
I love that. I love it when the sides
of blocks
they're
coming out. They're actually going to have a run at him.
That's very possible. FaZe having taken some damage themselves in that tumble they took on the motorcycle. Maybe just looking to get the high ground position on the coast and try and take some long distance shots.
Oh, there goes Pang. He finally ticked out. Easy Peasy Man actually has eyes on these two high flyers for FaZe. That is a long shot to get with that 4 times. And it looks like, yeah, FaZe...
Ooh, might take a couple of shots here in return from MVP.
It's not so bad. They're actually driving a 3-seater too. That's going to make life even easier. Again, we move a little bit further north, so with a slight tinge to the east. LGD have finished their full run, so they've taken that northwest side of the circle. OMG have also made their way in. For a team that starts on the southern side of the map, they control the northern side of the circle.
And just grabbing some information on the quickly transitioning Kingwin, looking to likely reform along the coastline. Entis now moving themselves. They got a variety of vehicles here.
I was about to say, where's the 4th one?
Yeah,
someone was either left behind. Uber, please. This. Gets a quick glimpse over at Wang. They'll have to move out of the swampland now, so like TSM's great position. Not so great anymore. They're moving up, though.
Snake is moving in. This is, if they discover that this is Snake next to them, I would really like to see TSM get aggressive and try and eliminate one of the weaker teams here. TSM needs to get a high kill, high placement game if they want to stay relevant in this tournament.
But this will be difficult when Snake is so heavily together. You need to do it as a full squad, not just as one, or else these trades are not going to work your way. And Snake, you're going to tap into the comms tower, try and get some level of information.
Fiss moving off on his own, looking to maybe gather some information from up the hill. TSM sticking with the conservative strategy here, not wanting to engage just yet.
Oh, Groovy, a team we look to see rush at people. LGD, a team we look to see shoot at everyone from range.
Oh,
so need to get some information.
Yep. Shots come out. Groovy will get aggressive here. We'll see how LGD responds.
Yep. And it goes LGD. They see targets they want to shoot. And Groovy will want to try and push. So LGD, difficult to actually keep Groovy at bay. They have high ground only because of the buildings they're at. But they'll have to force a little bit harder if they want to keep Groovy on this low little defilade they're hiding behind at the moment.
So I'm surprised to see maybe Xiaoka was trying to grab some information there himself, maybe provide a little bit of a distraction while his team moves around. But it looks like it's just going to be a matter of vision right now. And Xiaoka is going to back off from Groovy. Groovy not inclined to move just yet. They have the compound covered. No need to get too aggressive here.
I think Ghost is actually the ones who are kind of ringing the heads. They're split up with TSM having angles on both of their players. So Ghost down the buildings, TSM, they're battling from this small defilade on the northern side of the swamp. SST's up on the hill too, so I'm not quite certain how Ghost is meant to play this high side. Like, they've got the comms tower in the middle of the open farm field.
The comms tower arguably the better position, but hard to defend from distance. However, they do have that pair of buildings, which is also difficult to defend, mainly due to the fact they have no vision onto them. They can't see up the hill, nor can they see into the field. So for Ghost, it's going to be a matter of only holding on to cover.
Is Secret finally coming in? They've finished their boat ride. The cruise of 7 days is now ended, and they're going to come in from the west of LGD. While LGD are very, very heavily occupied with Groovy. So, hello, Team Secret.
Setting up some boat cover here on the beach. Doing some damage to each other, I imagine. I don't know why they're so injured, but maybe taking some shots from Kingwin there. Yeah,
there it is. LGD has seen them, so they can turn their attention back the other way, but Team Secret made the V-shaped boat fort.
Which is an effective one at that, so it's going to be a matter of having LGD determine if they want to get aggressive here. A Secret that doesn't have a lot of maneuverability now.
Yeah, there's no easy way off this off this beachhead either. Like, they want to push to the right. LGD will have an easy vision for them. So their best hope right now is the fact that Groovy get aggressive on LGD, which they will not do until they understand this next circle, which is only a couple of seconds away.
Papaya and the rest of his squad are going to have to move unless they get the absolute luckiest possible circle. We'll see what happens. And they will have to move. That's basically in the center.
Okay, McCoy, that's maybe you did take the best position.
Yeah, no, that's going to be now. It's a matter of Ghost trying to reform. They're already in their vehicles. They're going to be headed to the center of this zone, and this is likely where they're going to make their stand.
Yeah, I'm liking Vitality's position as well. Northeast side, the two buildings they've got under control is theirs, and in fact, I believe FaZe is driving around behind them too.
Yempty trying to reposition.
Yeah, but he just got knocked down, so FaZe just lost.
Yempty.
They just lost Yempty.
So that's a tough loss for them. Having Yempty try and get on the high side to provide that cover for the rest of Extrude and for the rest of Tainted Minds. Vitality was there to pick him up. OMG must have heard those shots, and we can hear. It sounds like the Koreans are getting excited. Yeah,
there's a big battle coming over. Snake enters as well as MVP. MVP's got that long range as Easy Peasy Man's able to claim the scalp of some P. Now this is a bit of a choke on the southwest side of the circle as everyone tries to get
Larson.
in. Kingwin, Larson.
Fell over.
Yeah, those shoelaces, don't tie them together. LGD not having the greatest time either. Finally, Groovy as well as LGD have been forced into an engagement because LGD need to push into Groovy. Groovy may be able to take this a little bit slower. They have to be careful as you see MVP. They have that high ground hill. So the vision for them is quite good, but they still need to move in, and that's what they're doing now. Into the cars, driving forward. They're going to go straight past Snake, just on their eastern side. And Snake, well, they'd love to get a bit of a shot, but they're down into the death lane. So Snake, they're going to chase Easy Peasy Man and O10. They've actually managed to pincer in Snake around this comms tower as the circle pressure is coming in.
Snake is just laying on the ground, not really taking any efforts to get that information. This is kind of where we see where the first-person perspective has become a problem for this Chinese team, opting to go to what they're used to, and that's just kind of laying in the grass, trying to get as much visual information as possible. Snake just seemingly out of their element here and just playing fully defensive, not willing to commit to any fights.
MVP, because they're split up, they're running into SSG, and this is going to be very problematic. There's just shots ringing out, coming in from behind, still no knock. Snake hiding in the dirt. A place where a snake is meant to live.
Sneaky snakes. So I'm not sure if Kingwinners want to go full aggressive here, but they are putting long-distance pressure, and Entis is there as well, very close. They have to hear those shots. They have to wonder, where are they coming from?
Yeah, they're going to peek over the hill. Like, you wonder where those shots are coming from. You can get shot from it as well. It's Kingwin, who again have this great hill position on the southwest side, and they can overlook a lot of these squads already fighting and potentially just getting a couple of picks of their own. So Entis, they decide to stay inside the cover for the moment. But this circle is still coming.
Baolei shot a couple of times at Kingwin. That notified Christus that there is a squad here now. It's Wang taking some shots in the back.
Yep, and Snake. Oh, TC66 as well. They know they're being assaulted. They're trying to hold them out. In fact, they're just going in for the car and getting the hell out of there. Yep, they are. Or at least one of them is.
So that's LGD now being engaged by Kingwin a little further away. That might give Snake that time and space to get away. Entis now receiving fire themselves. Whoa!
There's that head you wanted. But the wall has arrived. The tick damage is going to be really problematic. This is a later wall, plus the spray damage they're taking. They're so low on life. These two Entis player knocked by the play zone.
Actually, I think that was that might have been SSG taking some knocks. They are in the swamp as well. So Christus was taking damage from them.
He's still not in. He's trying to med first before he does the run. He'll be able to. TC66, look to the right, and you're going to see your target. He doesn't look to the right. He's getting shot from the right, but then the play zone is going to arrive too. No, he'll take it.
So that's Entis eliminated by Snake. Kingwin now trying to clean up the remnants. Kingwin
So much
has
tit for tat.
Yeah, Kingwin has that high ground position as well. Shooting down is Gaxi. Secret there lurking behind. Kingwin is trying to pick up as many kills as possible, but it looks like only one remaining member. Papaya there, the gentleman from the desk, is now having to play fully defensive. I don't know what happened to the rest of his squad.
Dead. All dead.
Well,
all dead. LGD as well as Groovy, just like they must have caught Secret in their crossfire.
I think, yeah, judging by the amount of Kingwin or kills that Kingwin has here, that might have been the culprits here as well.
So the next question we have is, who can take what position of any kind of confidence? TSM have the only compound which is still available inside the circle. Ghost, they have the comms tower in the middle. Vitality, FaZe, Tainted Minds, OMG all have to come in from the eastern side. So Papaya, yeah, you can say goodbye to him. There's another one a little bit further down right behind Kingwin. So Team Secret still have one more player kicking.
Vitality holding on to a compound here, having to move, but they're getting pressure from OMG as well as FaZe. OMG downing Shiv rather. So that's going to be.
Is this when you move your cars in? Like, do you move in and try and gain that position, or do you even just try and take the hill? Looks like Ghost pulled all their players up to the comms tower now.
Now it's MVP taking it to Sun Sister. That's one down.
Bolus!
Another and eliminated. That is MVP taking down Sun Sister, but not before SSG has something to say about it.
A lot of dead bodies. They can report about it from the observatory.
I think they wiped him. It looks like SSG has completely wiped him. So that is going to be Ghost now getting involved. OMG and Vitality stuck in the open field. Some kill steals almost there. Enough to taking the Shadow 1K from OMG. And now that's Groovy putting it to Team Secret. So Team Secret now eliminated. All of a sudden this game is coming apart.
I don't know if you really want to go for this run. Aurak's going to get shot out. Monkey trying to protect himself with the thinnest of trees. And now we're down to 9 teams as Ghosts are chalking up one kill. Hilariously enough on this kill is Groovy who's doing all the work.
Yeah, Groovy taking a lot of kills off their plate there. Ghost has a great spot. They have FaZe lurking nearby in the hay bales.
Yep.
And Balak
careful with FaZe. They got Tainted Minds pushing up behind them too. So Ghost are trying to cover so much area. At least they got 4 players alive to do it. But OMG's pushing in from the northeast. Groovy's still threatening from the west. And Kingwin, TSM, SSG. It is a clusterbuck in the southwest corner.
So it looks like Balak does not have the optics to deal with these long-range targets. TSM now engaging with Space Station Gaming, trying to come in on their end of the swamp. TSM trying to defend against both Kingwin and SSG.
Oh, this could be nice. Cook it to perfection. Is this a nice chicken? No, it's absolutely nothing. That's raw.
That's too bad. So as far as Kingwin is concerned, they're actually outside the shack. The smokes might come out here, trying to take away that vision from Vis. That one nade could literally take all of them out if he gets any level of information, but he just can't see right now.
Extrude just got taken down, so we're down to 8 teams. Tainted Minds, that problem in the backside of FaZe has been removed. And the circle continues to go middle, right on top of Ghost.
TSM,
only Ghost is inside the circle currently.
TSM needs to form up and get ready for this team fight. They're looking in several different directions. They're a little bit too far apart. Vis has now been spotted by Vard, so they know he's there. TSM needs to get ready and take this fight head on.
Oh, here they come. The smokes for cover. Vis poking around the corner. Almost think he wants to take out that wood. He's looking directly at Larson. All he had to do was just click that left mouse button, but they're in close. Vis taking out one, going for the second as well. Can he hold the front line? He's got help from Rory. 1 player left from Kingwin. They hit the choke, and they've choked at the moment.
He didn't see him.
Oh,
Larson's right there.
Larson's on the side. But can he actually help out? He's just waiting it.
It looks like E-United is taking damage as well. But SSG has flanked TSM. SSG has flanked TSM, so now they have time and space. SSG is now coming in to try and finish them off. Only Vis left standing. He's low health.
Can't believe Kingwin are actually getting these reses.
He is down. TSM, oh no, there's, okay, so
they may actually get the reses, then allow SSG to get the finish up, so Smack can hide inside the building, but the rest of the down players outside. Actually, Larson's back up again. He actually knocks down D-Master.
SSG is staying super active. Looks like Vard has been eliminated, so now TSM is having their kills stolen. So SSG very active right now.
Groovy still the #1 kill counter on the board. See up in the top left corner of your screen, 8 kills for them. SSG have managed to claim up 6 themselves. But Groovy, they want to assault this hill. They want to control it. The circle is still coming in. Grooby's inside. OMG are finally making their way in from the northeast, but FaZe makes this difficult. They're so close to Ghost, they can probably smell their aftershave.
Back ricocheting now. They've got back onto 3.
Oh, smack.
Oh, they have
smack.
a full.
The line! The line!
Woo! Looks like SSG has just been wiped, so that's TSM picking up a full team kill there, but he got
smack.
2 tunnel vision. The tunnel vision.
Forgot Kingwin. Never forget Kingwin.
Rory now trying to protect the last man standing for his team. They finish off Smack. Larson now 1v1. Can Rory finish this off? And yes, he can. Larson eliminated himself, so that's now only Rory standing, having taken a ton of damage.
We could probably look back to the hill in a bit. Ghost are being under siege from multiple sides. Balak is just in the small defilade over the hill from Grooby, but it leaves both Turtle and Profi to try and hold the eastern side, where FaZe as well as OMG are right on all sides of Turtle.
Pokemolidor's got Rory sighted in. He has not had the time or space to get any additional meds,
I
don't believe.
Poke the head. Hello!
Oh! That's Fuzz going down, very low to dead.
He's ticking so quick, he's gone.
He's dead, yeah. So now it's going to be Ghost getting the upper hand. They are still in a nice position here. OMG still nearby as well.
So FaZe down the hill. The circle stops its constriction.
Oh,
just for the moment. They've got another minute and 10 seconds to play this one out.
Here's anyone's game right now as Pija, and actually it looks like Grooby has a bit of an advantage from a manpower standpoint. Ghost, I can't say. I think they still have three alive. Yeah, so 3 alive for Ghost. Grooby might push onto them, but OMG and FaZe are still there. Rory holding on to the very edge of the play zone.
This is actually hilarious. This is almost the time when you say, oh, we're playing King of the Castle, but actually it's not. It's King of the Edge of the Castle. You want to play around the moat.
Or King of the Hill, perhaps.
King of the Hill? I prefer Castle. King of the very large metal spike.
Well, here comes
that's what I want to go for.
The lean and spam coming in from Pokemolidor. Now Ghost seeing them, holding that long peak as Turtle. Taking that damage.
Watch the side, though. Bollock is still that little waiting in the wings, the understudy for the Ghost clutch. But Grooby going to be very, very happy with this. 4 players left alive. They just have to play it right. They're inside the edge of the circle. We've got that floating 16 down the very, very bottom
Rory
of your
just
mini-map.
Playing for placement at this point. Now it's going to be a matter of transition. The
FaZe.
circle about to change.
It's a 1-1 trade-off over on the side. They've still got 1 up. For the moment.
Oh, Ghost
Grooby,
took a casualty.
Look at him. They want to come on. Bollock actually just started his run as well.
Oh!
Grooby came over the hill. He only claims 1. So Bollock will be finished. Grooby need to get back up to full strength. Only 9 players left alive. Almost 50% of this server is Russian. Just like my pubs.
So now it's going to be up to Ghost to get that res. They do get it onto Turtle. OMG gets the res as well. So now Grooby staying 4 strong. The power has definitely shifted to them to win this game. Rory coming in from behind.
Oh, look, Pajama. He's checking the back. He's checking the back, but Rory, stealthy.
Yeah, he could potentially spoil this for them.
Oh, the flank from the side.
Oh, turned on.
Goes too strong at the moment. Tossing nades over, revealing the position of Zhao.
Trading.
Yep. And now it's Grooby, you have the control. 3 teams left alive.
Ghost.
Turtle on the side. Now it's only 1. It's Rory on Grooby. Well, good luck, man.
8 kills,
at least it's 8 kills, 2nd position. No matter what happens here, he's going to be very happy with the performance of TSM. They've been begging for points, and they're going to be getting some of them. And here's the end. It is all coming up Grooby. Didn't have to wait for game 4 today. Oh, wait, we did. Just like yesterday for them to post a very nice kill count.
That is a great win for Grooby. That should catapult them very close, if not into first place. And that's going to be TSM actually having a very nice game as well, picking up those 8 kills. And that's a nice game for them, much needed. That will keep them within relevance in the top 8. But that's Grooby picking up another win. Another high kill count, too.
Let's welcome the boys back. Poro, Lothar. Hi. Hi.
Hello.
Did you enjoy that show? Did you enjoy having a Western Circle finally?
Man, that, you were saying going into this game that you wanted to see a Western Circle. Well, you got your Western Circle.
Yeah.
And I got to say, great performance coming out from Grubby, coming from that very far western edge. And Ghost, they held that position of power so well up there at the radio tower. Until they didn't. I mean, Grooby picking the exact right time to go in there.
Seems to be that horrible thing, right? Like you look over the edge, and it's like I don't think I want to
silhouette.
Yeah, don't look down for now. It's going to be a long way down. Oh wait, there's 3 teams down there as well. It just got even scarier looking over the cliff.
But it's very interesting to see that the teams that taken the points of interest in the beginning of the game, so TSM and Ghost taking the top 3, because that shows how important are those points of interest that you have on the map. And they have taken those positions, I believe, in during the 3rd circle, or even 2nd one. So they had been just being there for like a very long time. But now we have also those.
We have them
players again.
I got a unique thing for it. I thought he could translate. So then now you get a double interview, huh?
This is perfect.
Yeah, it's pretty good, Toby.
Is he from Mafia or something? He has this accent.
This is Slack.
Oh yeah, you got to watch him play Mafia. That's actually really.
My mic working?
Yeah,
good, man.
Well, congratulations
Thank you,
once
man.
again. Again, seeing you back up here. We're starting to get used to you up here. We're gonna replace Slacks with you pretty soon.
I start to feel more comfortable here.
Perfect.
Awesome.
It's starting to fit right in. Well, another great performance coming out of you guys. What was our final
13 kills.
13 kills.
13 kills, 760 points total.
Nice. That should put you well within 1st place, or at least very close to. So
I would think so.
It's behind by 140.
Oh wow!
Is that
so
where we're
behind
at right
FaZe.
okay, so that is the newest leaderboard as well. So you're just barely behind FaZe for 1st place. A little bit of a few tough games, the last few, but I mean that aggression serving you very well when it comes up your turn.
I have a question.
that was like a statement question.
Okay,
You just
yeah,
nod. That's fine. Yeah, that's
I have a
great.
question when it comes to the drop. Like, this was the first time I actually didn't drop Primorsk, right? You went to the North Georgopol. What was the first reaction when you saw the circle?
He was mad, actually, because he is our captain and we were usually looting Primorsk. So when we decided to go to the Georgopol because it was closer to plane, we was kind of mad because we usually moved Primorsk. But we got pretty much okay.
Yeah, I mean, you had good rotations. You weren't too aggressive
One car,
in the
only
first.
one car.
Yeah, that was the thing. When you were doing the rotation on the map, I saw like the +3 with the name, and like, oh, they only have one car. This can be bad.
We rotated to the right side of the rock, actually, to the mountain.
All right. Well, when it comes to the rotations that you usually see, like you're the most familiar with this side of the map, right? Do you have always like take priority on the point of interest, like the Ghosts have taken the communications tower, right? There's also the observatory with TSM. Did you guys try to get those points of interest, or do you guys still try to get the highest just point of the map and get the scout vision?
Okay, maybe I will ask my
Yeah,
question.
Go ahead.
Смотри, короче, что мы пытаемся делать?
Translate that.
Yeah.
That was kind of a long question.
Что мы пытаемся делать? Когда мы занимали, короче, мы вот поехали справа от горы, потому что у нас одна машина. Что мы пытаемся делать? Мы пытаемся чекаем точки, короче.
Ну, сначала, да, заезжаем на гору и пробуем чекать позиции, какие-то компаунды и т.д. и т.п.
Чатик, я особо вопрос не понял, но... Окей. Okay.
Great.
Okay. I actually forgot the question, but...
Really?
That's my fault. That's my fault.
Analysts asking long-winded questions is kind of a tradition here.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're actually trying, since we have one car, we tried to get on some position in circle, and then we are kind of scouting positions, like we was checking antenna and different houses and taking positions one by one closer and closer to the circle. And
That's exactly what I wanted to hear.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, perfect.
So it's just kind of like you're kind of getting a chokehold on the map, essentially. You're kind of pressing in to make sure that there's no one behind you and you're eliminating whoever's in front of you. So having engaged with so many different players and teams, I mean, by far the most aggressive team in this tournament so far, who have you had the most trouble with and who do you find easier to fight?
on this game, we didn't have any troubles. The only trouble we have, it was...
SSG, the game before?
No, in this game we had trouble with the bullets.
Right.
Because we was killing people, but we didn't have much more time to loot and chance to loot.
So you had been
You
low
ran
on
out of
ammo.
bullets because you killed everybody. That's
That's pretty sad.
Yeah, but in the end, before the last initiation, with while FaZe and Ghost was fighting, we killed one guy from Ghost, I think, and we took his bullets. We almost had 0 on everyone.
Oh wow!
That was
that bad.
saving bullets for us.
That's unbelievable.
Okay.
That's kind of like the cool information that we're missing from the broadcast,
Because you wonder, because we guys seem so ready to fight, but you're just kind of like standing around, like you gotta just pick up one guy to get those bullets, right?
Right.
So throughout the whole tournament, you've fought everybody. Who is the best team? Who is the worst team you faced so far?
Как думаешь, какая самая лучшая команда или самая худшая для нас? С какой командой нам было сложнее всего и как бы?
Да не особо с какой, просто есть какие-то на перетяжках проблемы и все, а так готовы со всеми драться.
He says that we have some troubles with rotations in the early rotations, but except that we don't have any troubles with games.
That's
Early
actually
rotations is our trouble.
that's an observation I had from the team. Like, you're insane when it comes to the team fights, to the aim, to like having crossfire on other teams, but you kind of lack, I think, the experience in the competitive scene when it comes to the big macro movement, right?
Yep.
Is that something you guys are looking forward to improve on?
Of course, we are looking to improve that aspect of our game.
Are you doing the, like, between games, do you try to also
Yeah.
analyze the movements from other
we
teams
are
and so
analyzing
on?
movements. Some of the teams, for example, SSG, making our life a little bit harder since they're always somewhere on the close edge of the circle when we want to go into the circle. They're actually making their SSGs. So
It seems like you guys have been fighting a lot.
Yeah, they seem to set up traps for you as well.
Yeah.
Sometimes they'll wait for you to try and transition in your vehicle, take some shots at you, wait for that. Is that something you're keeping in mind when you're leaving Primorsk now?
Of course, yeah. Usually we have much closer routes to the circle, but from now we have to like move around because they're
Far away.
making traps for us.
Well, that's going to do it for for day 3, I guess. And we're going into the final day. You guys are currently sitting in second place, but very, very close to first place. Obviously in the kill lead as well. What are you guys going to be thinking about tonight, going into to day 4 with the chicken dinner, the championship so close within reach? Are you nervous? Are you just going to keep playing your own game? What are you thinking?
Что будем делать, короче, спрашивает, какой у нас, что будем делать, вот мы сейчас выиграли, допустим, да, завтра у нас будут игры, как мы настроены, то есть какие у нас ощущения?
Будем играть лучше просто и все.
He says that we will be playing better, even better.
Just keep
Great.
getting better every
Keep
single
going.
day, huh?
Yeah.
You know what's interesting? The 2 top teams right now are the 2 teams that went through the qualifiers.
Yeah. Both FaZe and Groovy having to qualify, right? So that's
I think that's the trend, because on the EM, Katowice and Star Ladder, it's like trending. And Auckland,
Yep.
EM Auckland, teams that got through qualifiers, getting good places in leaderboards.
It almost
Usually.
sounds like you're saying that
Oh,
You don't want to be
the
invited?
teams that work
invitations
harder.
maybe
Yeah.
not so good of an indicator. Okay, well, you have one more.
At the same time, you have teams like Vitality, Ghost Gaming and Kingwin,
That's true.
all already proven and worthy of invites, delivering results as well, right?
With different rosters for Ghost.
True.
True.
Good point. But at the same time, I'm really liking the way the scoreboard right now looks, because that makes an interesting day 4.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Thank you, gentlemen.
All right.
Well, thank you guys so much. Again,
you.
congratulations on this final win, and congratulations on being in second place and so close to that first place position going into day 4. We will most likely, I'd imagine, see you guys tomorrow at some point.
Спасибо.
Yeah?
Okay.
Thank you.
See you, boys.
Thank you. Well, so what was this was kind of the interesting thing, right?
Hey.
That for me
Oh, we
personally.
have
Oh, we
this
got
here.
another one.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
No
We don't-
analysis today.
Yeah, we don't
We're
need to
gonna
talk
have-
about screw a game.
We're gonna get just interviews.
Listen, I know we all love Groovy, but what? Yeah,
We
let
do
them
love
go.
Groovy.
Let them go.
We do love Groovy.
They got people to talk with. I got something better here. Team solo mid. Here we go.
This second place today.
Yeah.
That's good for you guys. What are the what is the mood for day 4?
For going into day 4?
Yeah.
We talked about it actually after day 1. Day 1 we didn't like overall our score wasn't that good, but we still felt like we were playing decently well. We said normally we start off the tournaments doing really well day 1, so it's gonna be the opposite this time. Day 1 will be our day that we don't do as well. Day 2 will get better. Day 3 will get better, which it has so far. So tomorrow we should at least, maybe
Feeling confident
maybe
going
take
into
one
day
home
4.
and win tomorrow.
Hell yeah.
Well, hopefully.
So, I mean, you're in position now, looking at the scoreboard, 8th place. This is something you've kind of held on to for the entire tournament, up and down a little bit, but you are well within striking distance. Only one good game, really, considering the performance of some of the other teams. MVP and OMG both having inconsistent performances. You could easily get within striking distance of that top 5.
Yeah, it's definitely still open, and it's been that's where we wanted to end up after this. We want a top 5 finish, so we'll hopefully make it happen tomorrow.
Okay, so what's the strategy? Are you going to change anything, maybe get a little bit more aggressive? We saw some great aggressive plays from you at multiple points in the tournament. Is that something you're going to keep in mind for tomorrow?
Definitely. With kills, with kills meaning a lot, you got to find those points where you can get aggressive to get those kills. But usually, I mean, no one dies till late game, right? So first things first, you have to make it to late game, and then after that late game phase happens, that's when you need to start getting aggressive, start clearing space, start killing people.
Yeah, I noticed a couple of times too, like when you were rotating in, you were losing 2 people inside of a vehicle, especially on day 1 and day 2. Like, are you thinking about different pathing as you watch like the meta evolve over the course of the tournament?
I think day 1 we kind of were rotating later, and we've started maybe rotating a little bit sooner, which has cleared up space. Obviously, not as many people in the circle early set up. So that's helped us. I think that's what has helped us the most keep people alive.
Oh, this moment right here. This is where you're just annihilating everybody. Feels good on that one. What's that like when you peek over a wall and you see 3 dudes coming at you?
So we had called it beforehand that the yellow house on the hill is going to have to push to us if it shifts east, because going out into the field, they're going to be dead. And what happened right at the same time from Observatory in the swamp, we're getting pushed from another team. So 2 teams are pinching us.
Yep.
And as soon as they engaged, Kingwin realized it being a good team, immediately pushed on the shots, and we're just able to pick up 2 from the wall. Luckily had cover.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Went from there.
I have a question when it comes to your help behind the scenes, right? We have MPR that is doing all the analysis. I saw his notes. It's actually pretty impressive, doing all those micro movements from the big movements from the teams.
Yep.
How much of a help is that during the games?
Oh, it's a ton of help. Having AIM at coach, I mean, he does a really good job. Able to tell us, you know, what's freeing up, how teams are playing early game, helping us realize, okay, this is open now, so we can start taking this, and realizing our mistakes. There's so much that he does, so much info that we've gained from having that role in the team. It makes a big difference. Definitely does.
I think that's something that a lot of teams are going to start looking for as well, having that analyst, having that coach in a position to be able to have that extra information, because there's just so much to manage. We talked a little bit before how in the moment decision-making is so difficult, but having that informed with historical data, having previous experience, having a coach say, hey, this is what's going to happen here, you can have these different strategies. Looking forward, do you think that the scene needs that kind of thing, that as now with the APIs coming forward as well, we'll have that extra layer of data? Is that something you think will be helpful for everybody?
Absolutely. Well, I mean, Liquid did it back in Oakland.
Right.
They had Cammy come in, and yeah, so it definitely, I think it's going to happen. I think it's a good thing for the scene. It makes, so in between games, that's like your time to prep, okay, what happened in this round? What's the new info that we've got? It makes it just a more dynamic overall. I think it really adds a new layer to
in between games is when you do content. Okay, no,
when you get stolen by random people to come on camera.
Come on, bro. All right, I got one more question for you, sir. Okay. I've been kind of getting to know these teams a lot, giving them kind of nicknames and stuff. So the one is, I've asked this before with SSG. I was like, what are you guys known for? And now they're the Breach Boys, in my opinion. They think they're good at breaching. So what is TSM known for? What do you guys think that you're the best at out there?
I'm trying to think.
Break the snake, I think, would be my first guess.
Yeah. That was
break the snake.
Break the snake.
What does that mean? Is that
snake it in?
Oh, this time it was Rory, though.
Yeah, that's true, too. Yes, sir.
Excuse me, breaking the snake?
No, break snake.
The snake. TSM.
Oh.
They were the best at having fun. I mean,
okay.
The best at having fun.
Best.
We got a lot of. I mean, we always.
What about middle?
We always
of the pack?
find a way to still have some fun.
No.
Yeah.
That is toxic.
What was it?
I mean, as of recent, it's been middle of the pack, but before that, I mean, we were doing consistently well.
That's true. I mean, looking at the way the scoreboard
lately.
We're looking at the way the scoreboard is shaken out. You have actually held on to that 7-6 position for the entire tournament, but have positioned yourself in that good spot to now leap forward a little bit. So if you were put in a position tomorrow, if you had to change it all, what's it going to look like? Full aggression or full conservative?
Full aggression.
Full aggression.
100%.
Full aggression coming out of TSM.
Can't play conservative tomorrow.
Cannot play conservative.
Well, I'm going to call you guys the feel-good boys. Happy boys, and you're out there to make some stuff happen.
If you were a band in the 50s, you're getting that name.
Yes. Be free, sir. Go to your team.
Thanks, man.
Thank you so much
Eat your
for joining
pizza.
us.
Thank you.
Well, and I think there's something to be said about that. You know, we do talk about the fact that TSM kind of finds themselves in this middle of the pack situation quite a bit, but that to me that says, okay, consistency. You're playing consistent. There's no wild fluctuations. There's no really good games followed by really terrible games. There's kind of middle of the pack, but putting you yourself in a position to where if you are able to have one of these really, really good games, it's going to knock you up a little bit. No?
I'm just sorry. It's
and don't apologize, man. It's true. I mean, they've been consistently in the middle, and that's we've seen that since the beginning. And that's something that these guys who have, huge streams to deal with, they have some of the biggest pressure to deal with as well. FaZe, they have only competition in mind, but they have